From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Friday, August 21st, 2026. I'm Steve Prentice. CISA warns of hackers exploiting a critical MLFlow vulnerability. The agency has warned other federal agencies that threat actors are now exploiting a critical MLFlow vulnerability, MLFlow being an open-source AI engineering platform for large language models and agents backed by the Linux Foundation with over 30 million monthly downloads and used by thousands of organizations to debug, evaluate, optimize, and monitor AI applications. The CVE-numbered vulnerability, which was patched in version 3.15.0, can be used by attackers without privileges to remotely access internal services or cloud metadata configurations on unpatched instances. ICS operators warned of AI-driven attacks on Siemens PLCs. Operators of industrial control systems, ICS, are being warned about threat actors using AI to target Siemens S7 series programmable logic controllers. Specifically, the attackers are using AI to generate exploitation scripts on these PLCs for initial access post-exploitation activities. Their targets are currently in critical sectors including manufacturing, energy, water, wastewater, and food and agriculture. The risks, as pointed out by CISA and the FBI, range from disruption of critical industrial processes to safety incidents, equipment damage, and compromise of sensitive data. Electronic health record company CareCloud confirms millions affected by breach. Following up on a story we covered in April, the healthcare software firm CareCloud has now confirmed through documents filed with the Department of Health and Human Services that just over 3.7 million people had information leaked after a hacker spent 8 hours in one of the company's AWS health record environments back in the end of March. Stolen data includes PII, social security numbers, credit card and debit card information, as well as medical information and insurance data. The people affected are mostly in Texas, South Carolina, Oregon, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and California. No hacking group has yet taken credit for this incident. Citrix urges admins to patch new NetScaler flaws as soon as possible. Citrix is warning customers about two new vulnerabilities affecting NetScaler Gateway Secure Remote Access Solutions and NetScaler ADC networking appliances. The two CVE-numbered vulnerabilities can, respectively, allow remote attackers without privileges to bypass authentication or be abused by remote unauthenticated threat actors in denial of service attacks. Both of these apply only when certain conditions are met. However, Citrix advises customers to upgrade vulnerable NetScaler ADC and NetScaler Gateway appliances as quickly as possible. Huge thanks to our sponsor, Vanta. Risk and regulation ramping up, and customers expect proof of security just to do business. Vanta's automation brings compliance, risk, and customer trust together on one AI-powered platform. So whether you're prepping for a SOC 2 or running an enterprise GRC program, Vanta keeps you secure and keeps your deals moving. Learn more at vanta.com/CISO, that is VANTA.com/CISO. University of Texas takes systems offline in San Antonio after cyber attack. One of the largest universities in Texas, the University of Texas at San Antonio, has announced that it identified threat activity on its academic campus over the weekend and took some systems, including phones, offline in response. This comes at a point in the academic calendar where students are trying to sign up for courses and submit payment for services. University CTO Michael Schnabel said in a statement that, quote, the threat activity was detected at the edge of the university's network and was contained before it reached core systems and university technology solutions, end quote. No further details about the attack have been released. Toxic Panda 2.0 and Gold Digger expand Android banking attacks with on-device fraud. Researchers at Zimperium Z-Lab are warning of an updated and improved version of the Android malware Toxic Panda, which now has 167 remote commands, including a PIN harvesting workflow, along with a larger global footprint. Additional on-device nastiness includes an overlay-based credential theft mechanism targeting 349 financial institutions across 16 countries, and an automated click-based mechanism to abuse Android wireless debugging via Android Debug Bridge. At the same time, another on-device banking Trojan called Gold Digger is impersonating airline companies and shopping retailers to attack consumers in the UK and South Africa. Once embedded on a phone, this can mimic user interaction, such as entering text, clicking buttons, and performing gestures. AI-assisted tool helps secure satellite communication systems. Following up on a major story from 2022, on the day Russia invaded Ukraine, one of Russia's first strikes was to hack and disable thousands of satellite modems to disrupt major parts of Ukraine's communications infrastructure. Now, a Washington, D.C.-based company called Atalanta Technologies has released a product called Argo, ARGO, that uses a process called software understanding, which combines complex mathematics along with artificial intelligence technology to analyze software and internet-connected systems for vulnerabilities in a more comprehensive manner. Not only has this been used to, quote, prove the resilience of Viasat's satellite communications network, end quote, this is the one that was the target of Russia's 2022 hacking attack, but experts say this technology, quote, presents a new capacity for those trying to defend critical systems in the emerging cyber warfare theater. In fact, last year, Emil Michael, the Pentagon's chief technology officer, told a DARPA software conference that, quote, he saw the mathematics underpinning Atalanta's technology as the future of the military, and he wanted it to become the DoD's gold standard for cybersecurity, end quote. A link to a more detailed summary of this technology is available in the show notes to this episode. NASA AIT GUI flaws could let unauthenticated attackers issue spacecraft commands. So some more space news. Researchers at CyCode, C-Y-C-O-D-E, have disclosed a chain of flaws in AIT GUI, which is a browser-based operator console for NASA and JPL's open-source AMOS instrument toolkit. This AMOS toolkit, AMMOS, is a framework for building the software that sends commands to instruments and spacecraft and processes the telemetry coming back down. These flaws could allow an unauthenticated attacker to issue arbitrary commands to the software's spacecraft and instrument command bus. Yuval Elbar, a security researcher at CyCode, summarizes the issue as follows, quote, a web GUI used to drive spacecraft and instrument commanding shipped a server that listens on every network interface, asks nobody for a password, and can be steered by any web page an operator happens to open. End quote. If you have some thoughts on the news from today or about this show in general, please be sure to reach out to us at feedback@cisoseries.com. We would love to hear from you. I'm Steve Prentice, reporting for the CISO Series.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.